Coming up on Small Town Big Deal.
150 episodes of fun, food, festivals, and of course, our fans.
We're hitting a milestone few shows ever reach.
It is our sesquicentennial episode. Say that fast 10 times.
That means you've got 150 reasons to stay put and join us for a special look back. Well, for the 150th time, I am honored to say, welcome to Small Town Big Deal. I'm Rodney Miller.
And I'm Jan Carl. Now, we're taking a break from the road to celebrate Small Town Big Deal's 150th episode. There you go.
Thank you.
There's a tip jar on the counter. Now, that is more
Don't count on it.
Yeah, I'm not counting on it. That's more episodes than Gilligan's Island, more than Game of Thrones, and more than Dukes of Hazzard.
Wow, it's even more than the original Star Trek or The Sopranos. It's even more than the Brady Bunch, just to name a few.
Now, in the world of weekly television, that is a lifetime. In fact, it's several lifetimes. So let's get started. It's not every day you hear about a leader of the agricultural machinery industry deciding to start his own television show. But that is precisely the Rodney Miller story.
I wasn't in TV at all. I was a farmer and in the tractor industry and a basketball coach in a prior life. And I had this dream and vision to have a TV show that showed the hidden gems of America and things that don't always get highlighted. Small Town Big Deal started out in 2012. And back then, I hosted the show solo. I'm Rodney Miller. Join us again next week.
Dear Rodney, my name is Jan Carl.
Shortly after our first episode aired, I got an email from a certain viewer in Los Angeles, California.
I'm writing you to see if there is a way for us to connect on the phone. You are my hero.
Well, those last 4 words certainly got my attention. Let me tell you about some exciting things happening right here on Small Town Big Deal in Season 2. And the rest is history.
Sorry.
Oh, I guess this is a good time to introduce our new co-host. We do have good chemistry on camera together, and that's worked out good for us, and we've had a lot of fun on camera together. We're really just ourselves on camera. We're the same way off camera. I like to think the best kind of job is when you're having so much fun you don't even know you're working. So one of the things that stands out to me is when I got to drive my tractor across the Mackinac Bridge. Here we go, baby. Leading the largest tractor parade in the history of the world. Doesn't get any better than that. What a view. Of course, the New Hampshire Ice Cream Trail. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, how do you even call that work?
I couldn't wait to get to the next stop. Best shoot ever!
I think one of the most fun moments was when we got to drive the sled dogs. I believe my life is in your hands, Rodney.
I'm a little nervous, I'll be honest, Jan.
Me too. It was so exhilarating. Oh my gosh! And the dogs, they love to run. This is so smooth.
Oh man!
They were yelling at us to keep going. So what's one of the weirdest things that you've seen on the show?
Grits? Rolling in the grits.
Go!
Rolling in the grits contest. They weighed you before you got in, and then you got into this inflatable swimming pool of grits and tried to get as much in your clothes as you could in 10 seconds, then weigh you when you get out. That was crazy.
Yeah. After 150 episodes, we've learned a little bit about American creativity.
That's right. So when it comes to towns celebrating something or having festivals, they can get very creative.
Go, Dad!
The most wildest, the most really
The mostest, wildest
double take was Twin Fest. And you're not gonna believe, it's in Twinsburg, Ohio.
We can't make this stuff up.
Not a chance.
For one amazing weekend every year, Twinsburg welcomes twins, triplets, and quadruplets from all over the world.
We are We're in Albuquerque, New Mexico, where every October, hundreds of thousands of people descend on this desert city from around the globe.
Almost like floating Christmas ornaments. Today, hundreds of balloons hang in the sky above Albuquerque.
Then there's Elk Fest,
Oh yeah.
when the elk shed those amazing antler every year, and then Jackson Hole, Wyoming, that has a reserve, collects
What a
them.
beautiful place.
Oh my gosh, right? Yeah.
Herds of antler aficionados roam the streets. They stay in antler-themed hotels, browse for antler crafts, and try antlers on for size.
From time to time today, we want to do a shout out to you, our fans.
So here are some of your favorite moments from the past 150 shows.
And so, the invasion begins. World War II veteran Richard Ray Pylon is 91 years old and still participates in the reenactment.
I took my helmet off and I looked around and I just almost got scared because it was almost like I was in the middle of the battle.
More Small Town Big Deal coming up. Don't go away.
Welcome back to Small Town Big Deal's 150th episode celebration.
So you've all heard of the entertainment companies like Warner Brothers and Fox and MGM and Paramount and Sony and ABC and CBS.
They make most of the TV that you watch.
But who do you think owns Small Town Big Deal?
That's right. Who are our big bosses?
Well, you're looking at them.
That's right. It's not easy going up against those great, big, giant, huge entertainment companies, but we thank you guys,
Yeah.
the viewers.
We wouldn't be on the air without you.
That's right.
And we, as a small American company with just a handful of employees, we are very partial to other American-made companies.
I would just say we sort of have a love affair with Made in America.
One that comes to mind right off the bat is the Chateau Farms and
Chateau Milk.
how he saved the farm.
In the 90s, the milk prices were extremely low. They plummeted lower than when my parents were in the dairy business. We couldn't support the family farm, so a decision had to be made. Either we were going to stop dairying or do something different.
Leroy decided what would be different would be to sell directly to the consumer and bring back the old-fashioned glass bottle. In just 3 months, their milk was so popular they had to double their herd. And 3 months after that, double the herd again.
I never knew that it would work. I'm not used to anything working, you know?
We weed out the ones that don't make the cut.
The Great Lakes Potato Chip Company. They didn't want the ones that were too overly done
And that
to
was
go
our
in.
favorite.
You're supposed to take them out of the line, and Rodney's just eating those on the line. I'm like, I don't think you're supposed to do that. You know my favorites?
I could guess probably.
You did that on purpose.
Hickory Furniture.
Okay, that's because I said that in rehearsal. That is not fair. Now I see the chair.
Now you see the chair.
Since hitting the road 150 episodes ago, we've seen that America's passion for sports is unmatched.
That's right, but you know the excitement of sports in a small town, well, it's in a league of its own. Oh my God! You always mention this episode as one of your favorites.
Tug of war across the Mississippi River.
It may sound crazy, but for the last 28 years, the two small towns of LeClaire, Iowa and Port Byron, Illinois have taken part in what's got to be one of the most unique, fun, and flat-out grueling examples of civic pride found anywhere in this country.
Oh, and you remember when we went to Damariscotta and we actually competed in the pumpkin boat regatta,
That's right.
and we didn't sink. We actually did pretty good.
Yeah, I think we won a little trophy.
I believe we did.
Yeah.
Every July, competitors from all over the world come to compete for $50,000 in prize money and the title of Lumberjack World Champion.
Wow. That might have been one of the funnest events we've been to.
I know.
To watch those girls
And the
on
log
the
rolling.
Man, they were good.
Yeah, and the ones that went up the pole.
Yeah. That's a splinter waiting to happen.
Sometimes when you work with someone for a long time, you develop a certain rapport with them.
And our report reveals itself in the form of a little competition.
6!
I win! Yeah!
And she's behind me, isn't she?
So one of my favorite small town big deal memories is when City Girl beats Country Boy in a milking competition.
And I have to admit, it's my most embarrassing defeat.
Are you mad?
No, I'm not mad.
I cannot throw an axe if my life depended on it.
Money. Bullseye.
I am never gonna hear the end of this.
Rodney and I are signing up to use a toilet like never before.
We're coming into the corner. Oh my goodness.
Oh, eat my outhouse dust! Yeah, good match, baby.
Go!
Of course, you can't go to a Lincoln Log Factory and not give the final product a little test run. You know, I'm pretty handy when it comes to building things.
So I made a fence, I made a corral.
Ta-da!
Shut up, you did not build that.
Terrible.
Was that terrible?
You can beat that.
This is it, the winning chip.
I believe you beat
45 and a half.
Woo! Yeah, baby, that's how you throw a cow chip. We'll be back in just a moment.
But first, some more fan favorite moments.
Next stop, Dwight, Illinois, and Ambler's service station.
You can trust your car to the man who wears the star, the big bright Texaco star.
It's a journey to make new memories or relive old ones.
We would bring our tires into the local gas station. It was actually a Texaco station like this, and he would fix our tires. And if it was a really good day, my dad would give me a nickel, and I could get a soda pop.
More Small Town Big Deal coming up, so don't go away.
And now we return to Small Town Big Deal's 150th episode celebration.
So Rodney, if you had to sort of come up with the one thing that's the most consistent in small towns across America, any towns, what would it be?
Oh, food. That's real good.
Ohio State Fair.
Oh, yes.
Tell them what you did to me.
We tricked her into eating deep fried larvae.
Yep.
Maybe that wasn't chocolate, maybe that was larvae.
Yep, said it was like a cream puff. I'm like, yoo, goody.
What's the white powdery substance on your face, sir?
It's just donuts. It's just Cops and Donuts in Michigan.
Oh, yeah.
You weren't actually dunking these while you were going down the road, were you, sir?
Yes,
you
yes,
were?
yes.
So you were dunking and driving, is that what you're telling me? Yes.
Dunking while driving. Really?
So we went to the Lobster Festival.
Oh, yeah.
Need I say more? I mean, it's in Maine. It is fresh. So Rodney really didn't know what to do with the lobster. You know, that's because, hot dogs don't have shells. Everybody's going down your Tim. We made a bologna cake.
Every other layer will be cheese, and every other layer will be cream cheese.
I'm sure it's not the healthiest cake.
It's like you guys have been doing this your whole lives.
No.
Trust me, we haven't.
Yeah.
It actually wasn't half bad.
It was pretty good.
I didn't think I'd like bologna with cream cheese, but it wasn't too bad.
Oh, was that it? That's not right. Pretzels.
Pretzels. We couldn't make pretzels. Okay. Is that it right there?
Yeah. Well, make it a bit more symmetrical.
Okay, now, ta-da!
The late, great Kobe Bryant once said, the most important thing is to try to inspire people so they can be great in whatever they want to do.
And after 150 shows, we have met lots of people in small towns and some not so small towns who have done just that.
And what you're doing is such a beautiful thing.
One of the most inspirational people I've ever met and has made a difference in so many people's lives.
Your hero.
Yeah, Johnny Erickson Tata.
Meet Johnny Erickson Tata. She's an author, radio host, gifted artist, and public speaker. She is also the founder and CEO of Johnny and Friends.
I mean, here she took a situation where, as a teenager became paralyzed, yet she has gone on to do so many great things.
Never did I imagine that God would use me in such a way, because it opened up my vistas to a whole world of people with disabilities that we want to share practical help and spiritual hope, and it's the joy of our lives, right, Ken?
Absolutely.
Then there's Chad Padracky.
Yeah.
It's hard to believe what you're seeing when you get to the river shores.
As a little boy, he used to play along the banks of the Mississippi River, and then he saw the pollution in the river and decided he wanted to do something about it.
If everybody had a cause that they championed, the world would be a lot better place.
I made a promise that if I made it back to the United States alive, I had to do something to honor and show my respect to my comrades.
Jim Edelman is a guy that really kind of inspired me beyond inspiration. I've never met anybody quite like him.
Then the time came when he was finally able to fulfill that promise to never forget, and Missouri's National Veterans Memorial was born.
The memorial includes a replica of the Vietnam Veterans Memorial in Washington, D.C. Jim was able to get the construction well underway by gifting his life savings, $2.5 million.
I tell you, Jim, I got to shake your hand. I may not be able to say this, but I'm not sure I ever met anybody. You know, the lion's share of our stories are about people and places.
That's right, but sometimes it's fun just to take a gander inside the world of animals.
Here you go, buddy.
I don't know if I can turn my back on you. Animals, do snakes qualify?
Man, I hate snakes.
Like them or loathe them, if you want to be a ranger, you have to learn about snakes for the swamp phase of ranger school that takes place in Florida.
I think it's time to go.
And then, did you ever think you'd be part of a census that involved albino squirrels?
I did not.
There's a white squirrel. Wow, look at it. Oh my gosh, I just saw Bucktooth. Rodney, did you see?
No. Oh my goodness.
Is she not just the ugliest thing you've ever seen?
And I thought I had bad teeth.
And this is how you get one to kiss you.
You gonna do that?
I'm not doing that.
Then there's the working animals at the Navy SEAL Museum.
Yes.
They're canine partners.
Yeah.
And they've saved the lives of so many Navy SEALs by being a part of the team.
Gonna do a zip line. He is ready to eat somebody.
Don't go away, there's more just ahead.
For now, enjoy another fan favorite.
With over 150 passengers on board, we push off to deliver the mail.
Uh-oh, we got a swimmer. Are you okay?
We'll be right back.
We hope you've enjoyed this look back down memory lane of our first 150.
Ooh, first 150.
Yeah.
There's going to be 150 more?
I certainly hope so.
I hope so too.
It's been fun.
It has. And you know, we want to take this opportunity to thank you, our fans and viewers, one more time for tuning in every week, for following us on Instagram, for being our friends on Facebook and Twitter, because all of that helps us keep Small Town Big Deal on the air.
Without you, it would not happen.
That's right.
I'm Rodney Miller.
And I'm Jan Carl.
Join us again next week when once again we celebrate the great stories from across America.
Cheers to 150 more.
Absolutely.
Woo! It takes all of us to create the weekly show. I guess the sort of discovery and the investigating of the stories, the producing of them, the directing, the shooting, the writing, the editing, everything that comes together. And so we should take this opportunity just to say thank you. So thank you to the Small Town Big Deal family for being family and being so talented.
And our camera guys and our editors and our graphics people, and I'm forgetting people I know right now, but our salespeople, our syndicators, our...
You know who you are, and
yeah.
we love you and we appreciate you.